Which is it, bro?
They are going to blow this thing up.
I'll be back. Ooh, Coinbase.
Bad code wiped out $20 billion. That's the danger.
This is Angry Capital, where we explore how money runs everything from the absurd to the outright insane, and why it matters to you, to me, to Arthur, to Paul. We don't know what's going on. We're trying to figure it out. If we make you laugh or you learn something new, hit a like for us, please. And if you're into this kind of content, hit subscribe. You don't want to miss out. We bring you 3 shows a week, diving deep and figuring out how the effed up world of finance is and the impact it has on your daily life. I want to also recommend and let you know, when you hit subscribe, when you hit like, it's free. This is a free service here, right?
Right, yeah. We're not going to charge you in crypto or anything like that, so don't worry. Yeah, just hit the button, do us a favor. Because there's a lot of really important things to talk about, because this crypto lending is getting out of control. So, before we get into the lending, though, that stuff is wild. We got to update you on what's going on in crypto right now, because it's going crazy. Bitcoin got rocked again this week, dropping almost 7% in minutes on Sunday night. And it briefly slid under 85K, which ended up wiping out $1 billion in leverage positions. Forced a bunch of people to sell. It was down almost 40% from its high of 126K just a couple of months ago. But in true crypto and Bitcoin fashion, just a couple of days later, it snapped right back up above 90K as big institutions suddenly decided that they're bullish again and that this could be, a new wave coming in. So Vanguard, which is like kind of the strictest investment house that's out there, they're super conservative. They've been shit talking Bitcoin crypto for years. All of a sudden, when it crashed, they're like, hey, we're going to let everybody come in and all of our clients buy it. So that started propelling crypto and Bitcoin to move up again. It's just been like this wild seesaw back and forth all week, changing by the minute. We don't know if it's going to be a collapse, if there's a new all-time high coming. Nobody knows.
Every day, this is what you guys chose to be involved with.
I know, and we're all playing on the razor's edge right now because the bull run is supposed to be over for crypto. If you believe in the way the cycle works for Bitcoin, it was done in October, but a lot of us are still hanging on, hoping for a new all-time high and hoping that this thing doesn't collapse in the coming days, months, minutes, who knows.
I'm just not surprised. There's always somebody trying to move the needle with this, saying things, starting rumors, doing this little sketchy maneuver. And of course, it's tied to politics. Did you hear about this? Alt5 Sigma, the treasury partner for the Trump family-linked World Liberty Financial Project, is under SEC scrutiny for failures to properly report material events, including executive suspensions and the replacement of its accounting firm. Interesting, huh?
Yeah, I can't believe the SEC is actually investigating this because they're looking into the Trump family, but Trump kind of runs the government. I'm surprised he hasn't told them to get out of his business in the first place. What they're doing, what the Trump family is doing in crypto is insane, making billions of dollars right now.
Right.
It's wild.
Of course they want to go after him. I think it makes sense. But what's interesting is they say the timeline, the investigators are saying Alt5's filings show inconsistencies that may violate securities laws meant to protect investors. And look, this is not a political statement, but it's kind of convenient. Of course they're going to go after Trump. Imagine they did this to every single crypto account. This is just because it's Trump and it's easy. This is uncharted for everybody. Of course Trump's going to be doing stuff with his little, family World Liberty Financial Project,
Yeah. So does that make it okay? Because everybody else is doing it?
It's funny to me that it's coming down to the president, all this money, for someone to actually be like, maybe we should look into this. No one's really looking into crypto. And that's why it's so crazy.
Yeah, because Trump is telling the regulators to stop looking into it. That's the whole point here.
And, this follows multiple CEO removals with them too. And under 3 months, comes shortly after Alt5 struck a deal with WLFI to buy up to 1.5 billion in tokens. Did I say that right, that one? The SEC now considering the reporting violations a significant issue.
Yeah, that's just World Liberty Financial Institution there. That's the that's what the family's up to.
You know, these coins are so crazy. I got so confused about the acronym. I'm like, oh wait, do they say it as Wilfy?
Yeah.
You know, who knows? Doji Wilfy?
I know.
And now I'm Trump. Wilfy. The thing is, look, this is happening. It's crazy. These two stories just point out the volatility of crypto, in my opinion. But, you know, it's another story when it comes to lending and the amount of money and how much lending is reached. We're going to get into it.
I mean, you talked about the $73 billion in crypto lending. I mean, that is a huge bounce back from where it was in 2022 when everything collapsed and exploded. And all of that should make you really nervous. I mean, if you look at these report, what, Paul? What's going on?
No, you are the guy who's the crypto bro here, and I feel like just help me understand this as we start talking about this episode. Every other day, I'm like, it's up, it's down, you're in and you're out, you're left and you're right, you're back and you're like, what? Crypto is so volatile and not secure to me. The other day we were just talking about how it was down. Now it's exploding. Like, which is it, bro?
Well, no, it's exploding in a bad way right now, but the volume of crypto lending is exploding in a, I guess you can kind of call it a good but bad way. Like, there's just a lot more people doing it here. So, I mean, CoinDesk, they're saying that crypto collateralized debt hit 73 billion in this quarter here this year. That's an all-time high, and most of this growth is coming from like on-chain lending. That's about almost like 70% of crypto loans. What does this mean? I mean, it seems really overly complicated. Collateralized lending means that you borrow money against your crypto, but if that crypto's price drops, you can get completely liquidated instantly in some cases here.
Okay, so we don't really know who started crypto. We weren't ever sure what country it is. Now we know based on how much debt crypto is in, it's American. We figured it out.
Yeah, I mean,
an American did it.
So many
Debt,
theories.
baby.
I mean, yeah.
Debt. So you're saying people are taking out loans backed by an asset that drops 10% on a slow Tuesday? Are you insane?
Yeah, we're all insane. We are crazy, and this market is driving us even crazier. But this is the greed. These are the things that are manufactured in order to try to get more money out of the system here.
All right.
But I mean, it's so volatile. I mean, just look at what's going on here with everything. I mean, we're going to get into it, but one stablecoin has almost crashed the entire economy here in the past couple of weeks.
This stuff's crazy, man. I'm looking at this report here from Fortune India, okay? They're saying retail traders and institutions are piling into the lending market. So it's no longer just crypto bros like Arthur here. It's hedge funds that are now in the mix. So that's basically the difference, right? This is beyond some guy in his basement with headphones playing Call of Duty and trading.
Exactly. Like in the last crypto cycle from like 2020 to 2022, this was all basically just retail investors. But now, I mean, the guardrails are off. The administration is just letting all of these investment funds dump in. You've got your grandma probably involved in it in some way. And when Wall Street shows up with their spreadsheets, they start introducing leverage. And that's how you know this is going to blow up in 4K. When Wall Street gets involved with all this leverage, it's going to be a disaster in some way.
Well, wait, Arthur, like there's so much more involvement now. Isn't this also a sign of growth and maybe the future of the economy? Is it also, could you argue this is a good thing for crypto? Or are you saying it's getting too confusing, too many cooks, and too, like everything else that's controlled by the rich and the corporations? What do you think?
This is good for crypto. It is bad for you and I. I think that, yes, this is going to be good for the people who are providing these loans, the institutions, the banks, all of these things, all of the big whales. This is going to be bad for we never win in this game. And they are grinding us down right now in this crypto market.
I'm curious where people out there, like if you're watching this, where are you at? Like how much exposure do you have to crypto? Zero, small, medium, or I'm basically a Celsius victim waiting to happen? Drop it in the comments. Let us know, because I think this is something that the more this grows, especially with institutional growth we're talking about, the more people are pulling out, the more people are getting involved. So guys, let us know. Comment. Let us know where you're at with crypto. Let us know, bro, where you're at with the crypto.
Dude,
Everyone's a bro to me.
I mean, yeah, I think that's like, you know, a lot of people like to joke about that, but everybody is involved now. Everybody, because you can get this stuff through your ETF. Like I said, your grandma's involved, your uncle, like everybody has some exposure, whether they know it or not here. And
so,
I mean, go ahead.
Well, I sort of already asked you this, but you're making me think like this $73 billion, right? Is that a sign of real maturity, or is it a bigger, shinier version of the same over-leveraged house of cards that we've seen collapse 5 times already?
It's both. It's definitely, I mean, crypto is maturing. That's why these institutions are getting involved. There is a definite use case for all of these things. But, I mean, you know that the bigger these things get, it's the entire economy is just a Ponzi scheme. And this is just another Ponzi scheme inside of a Ponzi scheme. And this is coming from somebody who's like been really passionate about crypto, really involved. I'm starting to change my tune here. The more things that are coming out, I just don't, I don't know.
You know why they're getting involved, man? Because this is pre-programmed for the future. I mean, this is where money is going. This is, institutions, hedge funds, Wall Street's involved because they are ahead of us. I think that this is all a ploy. My personal take is this is all a ploy for the future of finance to work and to be forced upon us eventually. They go, hey, that's money now. That's where we are, and you got to get on board. Shit or get off the pot. Crypto is going to be the actual dollar, the money in I don't know, 5 years max. So I think institutions, this is a sign of actually pre-programming for the future. It's like, Terminator came out in the 80s. We're almost there. This is now happening now. We're going to be there in a couple of years, I'll be back.
Yeah. No, it's coming, dude. It's coming. This is all, like you said, it's pre-programmed because they have to switch to this system because the dollar is trash. It's being debased. The system is going to collapse if they don't move it on to something else. And yay, that's where stablecoins come in. And that's why they're playing around with all of this yield here and trying to figure out different ways you can earn money by lending the crypto here in these lending pools.
Well, are there, tell me more about the regulations. Are they doing anything to actually regulate all this now?
They say they are, but I mean, I think we've talked in other episodes here about how it's the CFTC that's overseeing this, the Commodities and Futures and Trade. These are the guys who were dealing with livestock a couple of years ago. The SEC is kind of the more bigger enforcement. They're like the big guy, lots of enforcement mechanisms. CFTC way different, and this administration doesn't care about any regulation. That's the whole point of why this stuff is booming, because there are no guardrails. They say that there are, but they are going to blow this thing up, and it's going to be awful. I mean, because the regulators that are there, they're already starting to kind of warn about yield-bearing stablecoins, about how they can spark bank runs, they can drain traditional bank deposits, and effectively create this shadow banking system with none of the protections people take for granted. These don't have FDIC insurance. You go to a bank, you're insured. This is not. So in other words, it acts like a bank and it has zero safety rails.
All right, so to get 8%, get that 8%, I'm giving up my FDIC insurance and betting my savings on vibes and a Discord moderator. Oh, great, the future's going to be awesome.
Yeah,
it's going to be fine.
Right. And I mean, you've already seen, you talked about with Celsius, you've seen these things go down. It happened in FTX as well. There's no safety net. That's why the risk is incredibly crazy. But hey, you got to take some risks to make money, right, Paul?
I guess so, man. I guess so. Well, it's interesting when you come and talk about regulation. Listen to this. The Bank for International Settlements basically says stablecoin yields walk like banks, quack like banks, affect banks, but aren't regulated like banks. So they call this a risk transmission channel, meaning one failure can domino. Sort of what we've talked about over the course of this show. The regulations are starting to operate like we understand from banking, but without actually having the enforcement of the bank world. That's trouble, and there's going to be a lot of advantage being taken with that kind of freedom, right?
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, when the BIS is saying stuff like this and they're inventing these new phrases to describe this danger, it's because they're terrified as well. I think that there's a lot of people who are really greedy, who are seeing the way to get money out of this, but there's a lot of people who are scared, who can see the writings on the wall that this is going to cause some other collapse here.
Well, what do you guys think? Would you trust your savings to a platform offering 8% yield with zero insurance? Comment yes or no. Why take the risk to get that 8% with no insurance?
Yeah, I don't. That's why I don't mess around with any of this stuff. Dude, there used to be yields back a couple of years ago or so where you could get 43% yield by lending out your stable. That's insane. That doesn't make up. The math doesn't math there. It's a Ponzi scheme, and a bunch of it collapsed, and the Biden administration tried to start putting some guardrails and regulations in there. Things have totally flipped. It's off the rails. And I think a lot of us in crypto are going to be responsible for the downfall of other people's savings and livelihood, because a lot of us kind of pushed for this. We wanted to see this get more mainstream, and it's just pulling more people in who are going to lose their asses here.
You ever see that clip of when they were asking Biden about crypto? I said, Joe Biden, what's the future of financial crypto? And he went, huh? Huh? What?
Right.
There's a crypt. Who's dead? Who's in the crypt, huh? Let's get some ice cream, huh? Yeah.
Hey, yeah. I mean, that's kind of the only way you can soothe your.
Come on, man. We got to get money, dollars.
I like your Biden. I mean,
Hey.
Look, he was the villain to all of us crypto bros for a long time.
Hold on. I'm not stopping. Hey, yeah. Hey, you're driving, man. You got to yield. Talking about the yield on the road, right? Huh? Okay.
I like that. It's almost like dead on.
I forced it. But
it's good.
That's my job on this show, guys. Bad impressions.
Force it. No, I like it. It's good. But Biden didn't know what was going on with crypto. But most of the people in crypto don't even know what's going on.
That's my point. I do the impression because I think Biden represents how most of us are with this 8% insurance and the up and down nature of this world. I don't know who makes these numbers, but it feels like it jumps every freaking hour with this crypto stuff, man. I can't trust anything, right? Dude, and now cracks are starting to show. In real time, they're starting to show.
Exactly. I mean, look, okay, here's the biggest scandal going on in crypto right now that could collapse the entire American economy. Tom Lee, he's a super famous analyst. He runs FundStrat. He runs BitMine, which is one of the biggest. They used to mine Bitcoin, but now they're all involved in Ethereum and this and that.
Nerd.
He's been sounding the alarm here that October 10th crash that we've talked a lot about. Nobody really knew exactly what caused it, but just in the past couple of days, he's come out and he said it's because one of those stable coins, which is always supposed to just stay at $1. It just stays at $1. You use it like $1. That thing depegged from the dollar and dropped down to 65 cents out of nowhere. And what that does is it set off this whole chain reaction of all of these automatic liquidations that wiped out $20 billion in an instant like that. Because he's saying it was bad code. Bad code wiped out $20 billion. That's the danger of these. And I don't even believe it's totally bad code. I believe that this was done intentionally by one of the crypto exchanges here. And he says it too, and he won't name it. And the guy who runs it already went to prison for this before, and Trump just pardoned him. So, I mean, all of this is alleged, so I don't want to get sued by anybody here, but so allegedly, but these are some of the things that are being talked about right now.
This is the main difference with crypto, man. This is the biggest problem. So you're saying, if a stable coin can drop 35 cents and then nuke the whole market, that's not a financial ecosystem. That's a Jenga tower covered in gasoline. I mean, it's Jenga. You pull one piece out, everything falls. It doesn't. That was my sort of analogy with Jenga. I wanted to get in there, but it's not stable, man. I always say, it's like these numbers are so up and down. Why is this allowed? How do you trust your investment dollars or crypto dollars in this system that's not really, it's not a real financial system like we've known before?
I mean, I would kind of argue that it is a real financial system like we've known before. The entire system is it's a Ponzi scheme. It's a game. It is rigged. We've seen these things. We've talked about it before, how these algorithms have dropped the stock market, like in Greece before, like a code that went bad and algorithm liquidated everybody. It's the same thing. I think it's just a little bit newer, a little less regulated, a lot of really bad actors involved. But same with the American economy. What's the difference there?
Well, it's affecting that, man. I think the difference now is we're at this interesting point in time where crypto lending is now large enough to cause systemic stress. So it's not isolated failures anymore, right? If one major platform breaks, the ripple effects can hit banks and funds. It's kind of crazy how it's cause and effect a little bit with crypto now. This wasn't always the case. This is where we're watching these cracks happen in real time that I think are dangerous. And again, because I don't trust it, I don't think it's real still in my mind, because maybe I'm just naive to it. it's interesting how the ripple effect is so large. This is like now really changing things.
Yeah, I mean, it's big enough now where it's going to damage people who aren't even in crypto. Like if you're just invested in the stock market and one of these things goes down, it's taking part of the stock market with it too. You're seeing it on a daily basis when these big drops are happening. You're seeing people flood out of some of these crypto ETFs. It's affecting the S&P. All of it, just the ripple effects are huge. And I used to advocate for this stuff so much. And it's honestly just in the past couple of weeks where so many of these cracks have started showing where I'm like, I don't know what to believe. I don't know what's real. I don't know what's fake. I don't know what's propaganda. I don't know. But I do know stable coins are going to be here to stay. Crypto lending is going to be here to stay because the institutions can make crazy money off of it.
I know. I just think this bridge now between traditional and decentralized finance is open. It's wide open for the taking. I think we talk about this a lot, the corruption, things being manipulated where we end up getting screwed. It's now an unregulated free-for-all, it seems like, because of how this is happening. And I say I don't believe in crypto, but I guess this is messed up. A lot of people may agree. This is where it freaks me out when it starts affecting everything else. Like in my mind, I was always like, cool, go ahead, internet people, have fun with your little, internet-y money over there playing games. Now, it's not just breaking itself. It might break grandma's retirement account too. This is now a real-time problem that is forcing the hand for everybody who looks at finance going, hey, take a look at what's going on in crypto because this could really affect everything. And I don't know what the answer is here, man. Like, what do we do? And who do we trust our money with? Like, banks, crypto, or none? Everyone seems like a thief based on what we talk about.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the model of the American economy here. It's just finding different ways to kind of steal money from one another. That's basically all this economy is here. But you're right. You're very right. I'm worried about all of this. DeFi used to see, because like DeFi is decentralized finance. It's like, instead of going to a bank for a loan, you go to a pool of people who are just putting this money together. It seems like very utopian, almost very, kind of socialist in a way where you're sharing money back and forth with your peers and things like that. But now that you've got, all of these weird actors involved, like you can't trust any, you don't know what to do here. And I mean, I know this is crazy to ask you this, but I mean, do you think that like this can become a safe haven, or do you think that this is going to be the next domino that topples everything over?
Well, based on our conversation, based on how I see the cracks in this already and where we're at in the timeline of crypto versus, classic banking, this is 100% going to explode on itself. It's not a domino. I think it's already hit the first few domino chips, if that's the analogy. In a way, we're watching the game's not domino, it's Jenga. And we have fingers pushing over a lot of these things. It's almost like a Jenga where people hit stuff, it falls, someone puts it back together, and someone just hits it again. That's what crypto is to me. It's a game of Jenga that keeps falling. And what's going to happen eventually? All those little wood pieces are going to be gone. They're going to be pushed too far. And I just don't trust this enough. I'm scared that it's affecting everything else now. It's almost like, are we our own worst enemy? That we've allowed this to poke holes and cracks in our actual economy? Who's going to regulate this?
Yeah.
And also, like, I'm curious for you guys, who do you trust? Like, comment and let us know who you trust, because I'm very not trusting. I don't trust banks. I don't trust crypto. I'm old school. I want to bury my cash in my backyard, but that doesn't appreciate either. So, like, I don't know where to go anymore. Where do you guys go? Let us know in the comments. Let me know. And Arthur, what do you think?
I mean, I don't know. I have no idea. And I've been in this space since like 2013. I've been a serious investor in it for, almost since 2018 or so. And this is the first time where I'm like, I don't know. I think now this whole thing was propagated and pushed up in order to move us to a new monetary system of stablecoins, CBDCs, central bank digital currencies, where our dollar, you can't get cash anymore. You won't be able to. All of it's going to be digital. And the problem there is that it can be turned on and off in an instant. Or they can say, hey, we don't want you buying alcohol with it. So you're just not going to be able to buy alcohol. oh, you're getting a little overweight, you're not going to be allowed to buy McDonald's. I mean, this is like how stable coins can be used. Right now it seems, oh great, it's just an on and off ramp for crypto in order to kind of avoid taxes, get some yield here. I just fear that this is heading in a much different direction than a lot of us thought. And we thought that this was going to save us from, all the shenanigans going on in finance. And I think that it's drawing us deeper and deeper into a mess that we are going to regret years down the line. Now, do I still hold this stuff? Yeah, I've still got it because I don't know what the hell is going to happen. So I feel like you have to hold a little bit of it. But this is just like a terrifying moment. We're on the precipice here right now. We don't know if this cycle is over. We don't know if it's crashing. We don't know if it's about to go back up. Nobody knows. And anybody who tells you, they're a liar.
For someone who's been in this a lot longer than me, what's making you hold now? Like you're learning about this stuff with me on this show. We're learning about the cracks. We're 73 billion in lending. We're learning crazy numbers. It's up and down. Why are you holding?
Me personally?
Yeah, not advice. It's not advice. I'm curious. I want to know.
None of this is financial advice. But the reason I'm holding here, I'm only holding a couple of things right now, and it's Bitcoin and Ethereum. They're the two biggest ones. They're the ones that have the most use case. Bitcoin as a store of value, as they're trying to call it. Ethereum is kind of like the new internet, almost in a way, where everything's going to be transacting on that platform. I feel like you have to have some exposure. You just have to really manage the risk and make sure that you're hedged against it in other ways. But I'm holding right now in the hope that this is going to continue in the way that it was supposed to when it all first started as this utopian dream of an alternate way to try to grow our wealth as we watch our wealth diminish through inflation and debasement in currency. The hope is that this is going to be somewhat of a safety net, but I don't know anymore. And I feel sad to say that because I've just been such a proponent of this for a long time. And I don't know. I
think you represent a lot of crypto bros who don't want to look dumb. I think what it comes down to is like, we've done this long enough. This is really fun in the beginning. Like, I'm going to just do what I've always done, which is hold on here because I'm just going to ride this out. But these reports and what we're learning is like, this is not the time. It's not 2018, man, with this stuff. This is now at a new level, an uncharted level, an unregulated level that is dangerous. And you guys don't want to appear dumb, but you might affect grandma's retirement fund. So this is where we're like figuring out, what do we actually do? I think it's a hard thing to let go of for a lot of crypto bros out there and gals. We'll keep saying bros. A lot of people are in crypto.
Yeah.
People don't want to let go because they want to it's almost like this idea that this has to be the future that you guys have all bought into. You're like, hey, this is the thing. I have no other reason now but to hold on because I believed in this back then. I have to just keep believing it. It's like a abusive spouse. It's like I fell in love with this person. I think this is going to work. I've been married too long to let go now, even though they keep hitting me, whatever. That's kind of how it feels. It's kind of not healthy for you guys because you're so attached to the idea of this being the thing. You can't look outside of like, maybe this isn't where it's going to go for the future. Then again, I don't really know. I'm just looking at it from the outside a little bit with the way we are as a culture and the way we get attached to things. And it's like, is this really the future? Is this the global financial system that we're going to live by? I'm not so sure. One other thing that I think is interesting is talk about regulation a lot with crypto. I'm a firm believer the internet shouldn't be regulated. It's kind of a catch-22, right? Like on the internet, we've had a lot of government proposals for the internet. I mean, you've seen the internet go up in arms about regulation online. And I think, and my kind of conspiracy theory about all this, I'll get off my soapbox in a minute, bear with me. It's probably already a little regulated. We just don't know maybe in certain ways in terms of, depending on where you are on the web, but people don't want the internet regulated. Then again, you have kind of crypto regulation that was born from the internet and the culture of the internet. It's sort of a catch-22. The second you start regulating this digital currency that's born into a world of non-regulation, what happens? And so like, it's kind of, I'm almost saying like we're here for a reason. We're here because we have built this thing in the internet culture, unregulated, for a reason. Like they're going to act like banks without the regulations because that's what the internet is. You guys basically made this, and now you're going to have to deal with the consequences, is what I'm saying.
No, I mean, everybody is going to have to deal with the consequences here because also this is not us per se. I think that this is more by design. I do believe that there were bigger entities involved in the creation of these things. I don't buy the story that this was like some random guy named Satoshi Nakamoto who came up with it. Is not. Look into it a little bit more. But this is by design. This was designed this way. And I get what you're saying about like the lack of regulation and all of that. And I think that's the catch-22. Lack of regulation, I mean, sometimes is what the market needs, but you always see that it hurts the little person. That's all it ever does is hurt the little guy.
I just don't know how you guys have such blind trust. Like, I want to show you something. Like all your money in crypto, Arthur, literally something, this could be it tomorrow. Watch. It's gone. I just clicked the mouse. It's gone.
I'm sure, but I mean, so can your dollars too from your bank account. I mean, the same thing. I get that there's insurance there. Yes, all of it. The risk is out there. We know about it. I think that you just don't really realize how risky it is until you get to these moments in history here where you're on the precipice of either a blow up, a good way or a bad way. And
well, listen, guys,
we're at.
I agree with you, man. You guys tell us. This is a confusing time for crypto. I'm curious where you guys are at, what you have in it. Is this over your head? Are you kind of confused about this too? Is it the future of finance? And what's the takeaway today? The size is booming, the yields are tempting, but the risks are screaming. So if you're going to play in this space, you better know where the trap doors are, which is sort of what we're touching on. Be informed about this. This is not advice today, but I don't really know what to do as much as you, Arthur, but you got more in it than me. So
I know, and I'm terrified right now. So we'll see, but I'm trying to, stay calm. Everything is probably going to be okay in some way or not. But I do want to hear from you in the comments. Like, are you using any of the crypto lending platforms? I'm staying away from it. Not financial advice, but I'm curious how many people are using crypto lending here, and are you staying and hanging in until things stabilize? We'll read some of the best comments on the next show here, but let us know down in the comments there.
That'll be fun. I want to start integrating some comments. Yes, let us know, guys. And look, Arthur and I are here 3 times a week just trying to figure this out. We're breaking down money when it gets weird, which lately is every damn day. So hit like, subscribe, come on back. We're going to figure it out. Arthur, I'm still going to be old school today and bury some cash in my backyard. You do whatever you want with Ethereum, man. Good luck.
I may just go bury myself in the backyard right now.
Oh, geez. Wow, he's ending on a high note, everybody. All right, see you later.
This show is sponsored by Galileo FX, the only automated trading software that shows you the wins and losses before you buy. Learn more at store.galileofx.com.